A call is being made by the first Vice President of the St. Kitts Nevis Trades and Labour Union, Larry Vaughan, for a greater dialogue on COVID-19 vaccination and how this interfaces with workers. Mr. Vaughan, in an interview with SK Newsline, says the union has not been invited on matters pertaining to COVID-19 and vaccination and is calling on the Chamber of Industry and Commerce and at the government to include the union in these discussions.
And so, whatever is the decision at this point of the Chamber, whatever they are articulating at this point, it lacks the genuine desire for national social dialogue until it speaks to workers through their representation. And so whatever else is being done needs to be reconsidered, and that we can come to a position that is of a better normal. We cannot return to a situation where the worker is always dictated to by his employer and his employer's organization, or the state as an employer as well, just because they have a position that seeks to bring them direct benefits, but riding on the back of the worker.
Mr. Vaughan reiterated the union's position on vaccination, where, while they support vaccination against COVID-19, the union is vehemently against mandatory vaccination.
Where there is language that one is to take the vaccination or else, one is either unable to work, or will be not scheduled for work, or will not be allowed into the premises for work. The union considers this to be a breach of the workers' rights. We believe that there are enough standards at this point, or non-pharmaceutical protocols at this point, in terms of hand sanitization, wearing masks, social distancing, teleworking operations, that can allow workers the opportunity to function until they are until they are at a level where they have greater understanding and appreciation for the vaccine.
The Chamber of Industry and Commerce has been on record encouraging its members to educate its staff on the importance of vaccination. President of the Chamber of Commerce, Giselle Matthews, made that clarion call in a recent NEOC briefing.
Using language like selfish or irresponsible, I don't really take any sort of, if I use that word, I can't say that I'm sorry. I can't stand here and say I'm sorry. I think we need to be responsible, okay? I think what we're seeing today is a possible community outbreak on our hands that this country cannot afford. Neither can our health authorities or the health services afford this outbreak. People have been struggling for over a year and some. Many businesses are on the verge of closing if they're in the tourism and hotel industry. And the power really lies in the hands of those who still need to get vaccinated.
Some business establishments have strongly urged staff to be vaccinated, and while not overtly threatening dismissal if persons refuse to vaccinate, some consider the language strong and intimidating. Mr. Vaughan suggested that there should be a discourse that encourages a more amicable solution where vaccination is concerned.
We would like that the other social partners, our employers, along with the state, that we can sit at a table and discuss what would be the best for St. Kitts and Nevis to make sure that our workers are not at a point where they are at a psychological disadvantage because of language being put out on saying that these are either mandatory or insisting or have to do X, Y, or Z. And so we believe that there is some recourse, there is some course of action that can allow for us to reach to maximum immunization through a systematic approach that would allow workers to be better educated and that there are less or no fears in the minds of the workers as we move towards that maximum immunization.
Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.